Welcome everyone to a special AMA with Coma for DeFi Battle Royale here in the Grape Finance Discord. Welcome, Coma. How are you doing?
Thank you for hosting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Actually, I think you made a very nice product. LB liked it as well, and I think it's good. I think it's fun. Um, So maybe to start off, since there aren't any questions yet, maybe you can just say who you are and what brought you to creating this and what you've created.
Sure thing. So I encountered crypto many years ago, and I became a trader in 2017. A couple years went by, and I discovered DeFi in 2020, and that's when I realized that this is my way to go. I joined. I was an investor in many projects, and one of them took me on as a moderator. And a couple of months went by, and the founders rugged the protocol. So I kind of took that over and did a relaunch that went pretty well, considering the circumstances. And after that,
Right. So the founders rugged, and
they
then you, as a
implemented
moderator,
their
you relaunched the protocol in some way. How did that
yes.
go?
The community was really strong. So everyone was angry at the same people, and they wanted to play the game, to have the product. And I was there, and I told them that, hey, let's get it. Let's do the product, and let's have fun. Let's have some fun while doing it.
Awesome, and that's an awesome start. Okay, and after what? But that wasn't the DeFi Battle Royale. That was just another project. So how did you get after a while to creating DeFi Battle Royale? What's the thought behind it? Why did you start it?
I am getting there. So once the V2 was finished, before developing the V3, we put out a very simple game where people could put up some of the tokens to earn a lot of these tokens. And there was a distribution rule and whatever, very similar to what we have now. And it went on for almost 2 months. So it was a huge success, and dozens of players, investors, over 20% of everyone who has invested in the protocol played it. That's when I realized that this concept is actually valid. Okay, so fast forward a couple of months, we launched Gladiator Finance, and that didn't turn out to be as well executed as we planned, mainly because of the developer, but that's another story for another day. However, we created this King of the Colosseum that is what a very basic version of a tournament was. So I always wanted, and it was huge success. And I was telling everyone that, hey, let's focus on this. Everyone is loving it. Let's do something. But the team was like, no, this is not our vision. We should do something else. Whatever. So time went by, and I learned how to code in Solidity. I learned a lot about web development. And I came back to this concept that let's create a customizable version of it that helps not just us, but every protocol that wants to be helped by burning tokens, thus reducing the circulating supply and increasing the value of the token, or raise capital for the treasury. And both of these financial goals can be achieved with the DeFi Battle Royale. And on top of this, it can engage the community pretty well and also give some exposure to a token.
It's pretty nice. It says something about your perseverance as well to say, oh well, all right, I'll learn Solidity then. I'll just do it for myself. Just build it.
That's so me.
That's
yes.
That's actually pretty cool to do that. It takes a certain character to do that.
Yeah.
And you've done so pretty well, I might add.
Oh, thank you. So very few people know, but I am actually a university teacher by profession. So this maybe also go with that trait.
Yeah. Yeah, you teach at a university and then probably something technical, I assume.
Actually, it's more business related.
Oh,
Business planning,
okay.
business modeling, entrepreneurship, strategy.
All right. Yeah, that has something to do with if you want something done, do it yourself. That's kind of the, kind of the outlook. Pretty cool though. So you have a solid grasp of how to start up something. That's nice. Um, if you look at the protocol, the DeFi Battle Royale, I've seen it working. I've seen how it works and how it goes. But what can you tell us about it?
So basically, once you go to our site, and I assume you're on Avalanche, you will see one closed tournament. That was the
There's not a
test
lot
run.
there.
Yeah, but if you switch over to BSC, Binance Smart Chain, BNB Smart Chain, and I urge you to do so, you will see that there are currently 2 ongoing tournaments, one in Auburn and the other one in AQ. There is a tournament that has been won but hasn't been claimed yet, and there are a lot of closed tournaments, 10 to be precise. And people have won I think people have won around $2,000 already, just the first week of the launch.
Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. So basically, the game as it works is that the creator sets the rules, right? That they also put up what can be won or what can initially be won, because you can also make a setting that a portion of the bets are actually added to what can be won. And that's, I think, what's also happening here with Auburn and ACU, if I look at it. Because for those people who aren't looking at the site, by the way, is in the announcement that I made for this AMA. So you can just click that and go there.
Screenshot and paste it there for the people who will want to have a look at it later. We'll paste it in the
of course.
channel.
Yeah. So what you see here are 2 active tournaments. The one with Only Burns has 250 BUSD initially, and the one with ACU has 200 BUSD initially. And what you can do then is go to the details as to how this one works. And I'm looking at the one with Auburn right now. And it says here that whenever you bid, and if you want to bid now, you have to go by 4.1 something million Auburn. 62% actually is directly burned. So the creator of this tournament set it so that whatever is bid, whenever someone bids, 62% is burned immediately. And then 20% is added to the tournament. So that is that prize increase then. So that's why you can also win Auburn there. And then 15% is given to the previous bidder as sort of a thank you to play along. And 3% goes to the team. And I guess that's you then, Coma.
Yes.
Or you and your team. So that's the thank you that anyone who creates a tournament there has this 3% as sort of a thank you. So 3% whatever it gets bid. And then the interesting thing there is that when you bid, you immediately lose that money in the way that the prize bid distribution says so. And then whenever someone else bids, then they are in charge, right? And then and the person who is there last gets to get the prize.
Exactly. So when the timer gets to 0, then the person who bid last will win. But the trick is, as you can also see in the details, the time resets every time someone is bidding.
Yeah. So here it says resets to 18 hours and 30 minutes. But after every bid, it decreases 10 minutes. And it can never be smaller than 30 minutes. So in the end, it's sort of a rush. Like people have to bid every 30 minutes, and eventually someone is going to lose because it's going to end. But until that time, you get a pretty solid reset every time.
Yes. And this is why it was going on for almost 2 months, the first time we had a similar concept. Because people were just bidding and bidding. And if you look at it, you don't not only get the 250 USD hard cash, but you also get over 5x return on the bid price already because of the 20% going to the tournament. However, there is a nice, neat mathematical trick that some tournaments already utilized. If you set 51% to go to the tournament, then it will be worth it for only 2 people, and the more the merrier, but only 2 people can make it infinitely profitable. What do I mean by this? So imagine this. You bid X. 51% of it goes to the prize pool, and 49% goes wherever. Now, what that 49% that goes wherever will be corrected by the 51% that the other bidder who kicks you off puts in the prize pool. So when you win the tournament, you will guaranteed to win back everything that was sent away from you. But only for the winner.
Right. So it doesn't matter how many times you bid. If you win, you really don't lose anything. It's just like you purely win. That's the way. If someone sets it that way. If someone sets 51% to the tournament.
At least 50% is going to the tournament.
Right. Well, maybe we should do that for Grape tournament then, because you've actually added wine, MIM, and Grape to the Avalanche portion of this protocol, right?
Exactly, I did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because I've been talking with LB, and he was positive to it. Yeah, like everybody knows that right now LB is in Dubai, and he's that's also why he isn't here right now. He's just busy. And I don't know what with. Maybe he's riding a camel. Who knows? But anyway, no, he's actually I think he's at the ETH conference right now. I think that's today and these days actually. So he's really busy. But he was actually very positive about it, and he was also positive about us creating tournaments this way. And the funny thing is that we can just create a tournament where people can win wine or MIM or even some Grape. It doesn't really matter. But then set it so that to bid, Grape gets burned. And so people can just keep on bidding and trying to win. And essentially with this 51% play, not even lose if they win. I mean, not even lose anything. And continuously be burning Grape while trying to bid for that MIM or wine or whatever's up there. So that I think is a pretty cool concept. And what's also pretty cool about it is that anyone can create anyone can create this tournament. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be us, the protocol. Anyone within Grape Finance or wherever who has tokens can create this tournament, which I think is really cool. It's so decentralized. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't require any minimum amount as well. So if you just want to create like a tournament for $10, set the bid price for 2 cents. You can also do that.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be paying a lot of gas then? Because there's a gas amount that you pay for setting up.
So you are basically deploying a whole contract with a transaction. And because of that, depending on the usage, sometimes you pay a couple of dollars. Once I paid over $10 on the testnet, for example, $10 worth on the testnet. So it was crazy. But it's to be expected.
Yeah. So the original deployer, the one who creates the tournament, pays a little bit more gas. And then the people who play don't really pay a lot of gas. That's the way, right?
Exactly. So it also depends on the chain, but I think on AVAX it's going to be a couple of cents per bid.
Yeah, wouldn't be a lot.
That function is super easy.
Yeah. So and I've outlined how people can use this to burn Grape, or we can use this to have people burn Grape. But you said it can also be used to raise funds. Could you give an example of how that would work?
So you set the bid token to be a stable coin or BNB or whatever you decide, BTC, BWETH, and set the price pool to whatever token you want. And then you set the bid price distribution to go to your treasury. And then every bid goes to your treasury. And if more go to your treasury than what you put up initially, it's a huge win for your protocol, not only financially, but engagement-wise as well. And for you as well. So if any one of you are listening and you want to invest this way, to put up some capital, create your own tournament, and then have the bid price go to your wallet as the creator's wallet, you can certainly do so. And with a very, very easy Excel sheet, you can already calculate out how many bits you need to break even.
Do you have that Excel sheet somewhere though?
Of course I do. Like I created one that is generally usable, so you just input the data and then it will put out. So we have it on the development roadmap to make it much more user-friendly. So if you check our logs, my announcements, in the channel, you can see that last week we finished a lot with the UI requests that the community made, and this week we finished an NFT tournament. So next Monday you will be also already able to create NFT prize pools. So you put up some kind of NFT and people will bid for that and whatever token you want.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And then the winner wins that NFT.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, that's a nice extra. I didn't know that. That's maybe I should have read your announcements. I haven't. I'm sorry, but it's pretty cool though. I hadn't expected that to see that as a bit of an extra. Let me just say that I find it really nice that someone went out of his way, and by this someone I mean you right now. I find it really nice that someone went out of his way to create a game or a protocol that invites other protocols to use their tokens. So instead of being a protocol that has tokens to find a use case for, you are a use case that you're looking for protocols so that you can provide a use case for their tokens. That I think is a niche that requires a lot more people to be in there. Basically just giving use cases to protocols. It's very nice to see that happen.
I am happy you guys appreciate it, and I hope that many protocols I can help with this. So it has shadow launched like 1.5 weeks ago, and the love that we get from the protocols that take the effort to listen to what we are offering is humbling. So it's very nice.
Yeah, and as you know, we have a couple of people here in our in the audience. Not too many, but it gets recorded. So we will post a recording, or Rainbow will actually post a recording. So people can listen to us rambling on about this right now. To those people or to any others, because I don't see any specific questions, do you want to say anything more about this? Like maybe in your roadmap, or maybe, hey, look at this, or think of this, or maybe try and create your own DeFi Battle Royale, or whatever. Is there anything you would like to add?
Yeah, definitely. So you should go ahead and try to create your own tournaments. As I said, it can be a fun way, even for you as a private individual, to invest a little bit of your money to see how it can make you returns. That's one. Second one, if you are in contact with a protocol that needs some utility, let's connect, and then maybe I can help that as well. But for Grape, I am very, very hopeful that we can burn a lot of grape, a lot of wine, increase the prices, and maybe even create one where not only grape and wine get burned, but also raise some capital for you guys.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm not sure if we're gonna burn wine. We've never really set out to burn wine because wine has always been deflationary. Like there's 100,000 wine, never more. So to start burning that is sort of a new concept that we haven't touched on yet. It's not bad. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that we haven't.
Circulating supply decreases results in a price increase over the long term.
Yeah, obviously, obviously that's what would happen. So yeah, well, LB and me, or me after talking to LB, or I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we will definitely be starting and announcing some DeFi battle royales to start on your side on Avalanche, and well. We're hoping to see our community participate. I'm definitely going to play some myself as well, because that's the funny thing, right? In contrast to, like, if there's a raffle, because this is very close to a raffle, like if we hold a raffle, for me as a team member, I shouldn't be playing. Like I shouldn't be playing in a raffle. But this is just a tournament. We set it up, and then it's fair for everyone. Yeah, everyone can play. So even if you're a team member, you can just play because it's fair. And that I think is really interesting.
And the same rules
really fun concept as well.
The same rules applies to
everyone. Yeah.
One thing that I need to mention, because it was in Gladiator Finance a huge setback for many people, that some bot took over, right? Some evil person set a bot up that it always bid. Now there is a blacklist option that the tournament creator can utilize to remove bots, and trusted community leaders like yourselves can be trusted for this. And as an investor, if you would be blacklisted for some unknown reasons, you can always use it from another wallet. And they cannot stop that. But this is for stopping the bots, to keep this a fair play between humans.
Right. Yeah, that's a good addition. Like I've seen that blacklisting option, and that is for that, right? So if a bot comes around and starts gaming this in a nasty way, it's just blacklist, move on, play fair. Exactly. Of course, it's not foolproof, but it makes it a little better. And it's easy that you integrated that and made it so that anyone who starts a tournament can do that, instead of people who really understand blockchain to a very deep level.
And let me drop another alpha. So you can also create a tournament for you and your friends only. So after you have created a tournament, before you deposit the prize pool, there will be an option to make it whitelist only. And then only addresses that you whitelist can bid. So you can use it to, like, you create your own NFT and you want it to distribute it or give it to one of your friends, and you say, hey, the most consistent, the more persistent one should have it. I create a tournament for that.
That's cool. That is really cool. So you can sort of have an inside game if you would want that.
Exactly.
There's one more thing that I have a question on, by the way, now that we're here. It seems that you can also, when you create one, you can choose to make it a sort of a special tournament or something.
Priority tournament.
What does it say?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Priority tournament.
A priority tournament. Yeah. What does that do? What does that mean?
So as you can see on BSC, we already 10 tournaments can be hard to look at. And with time, it will be insanely difficult to find the ones that you are competing for. So priority tournaments give the creator an edge to be noticed because the color is different and it is always the first, regardless of the expiry time. Otherwise, it is organized always by expiry time. So the first expiring tournament is the first, and so on and so forth. But priority tournaments get ahead of everything.
That makes sense. So this is sort of, you've been looking ahead, and you've been thinking, well, what if this becomes really, really popular? It will be chaos. Let's create an option for people to create this priority tournament and stand out a little. That's nice.
And also, this is a new feature. You may see it on the site. There is a pin button. So you can pin your favorite tournaments to the first row. But it's limited to 3 tournaments per wallet.
And it remembers that wallet wants to see that
Yes.
specific.
It's a new feature
tournament.
included today.
Nice. Yeah, I see. It works very easily. You can just pin it, and then your favorite tournaments are up there. Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like how easy it is to use. It's very. I can't code, and even though I've been working in DeFi now for over a year, I still can't code. But I can easily use this. Anyone can who understands DeFi, and that's pretty nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
So we try to make it very user-friendly. So not only degens, but a regular user can also understand every step very clearly.
Right, regular users, but regular users who have a wallet then.
Yes. Without the wallet, you only see connect your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. Rainbow is suggesting to do an OG exclusive whitelist tournament. Might be interesting. Might be cool. Yeah. We'll have to think about that, I guess. Maybe you could organize it, Rainbow. You do that. Sounds good. Good idea. No, but really, awesome. And thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about this and help us understand. I have no more questions. So if there is anything you would like to add, then go ahead.
Join our Discord server. I will put an invite link with your approval, of course, in the server. And let's see you around.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's been very nice having you here. I think it's also nice talking to you. You're a nice guy to be talking to. So thank you for taking this time. Thank you for creating this, and thank you for adding Grape or adding our tokens to the options. And we'll definitely make use of your cool creation. So
thank you for the
so much,
and hope to see many Grape and Wine and Grape NFT tournaments.
Hope so too, man. All right.
See you guys later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.